we jumped onto this topic because every time I text you, you'll like reply once, and then I'll text you back with something like, "Oh yeah, I did this," and blah 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 blah, and then like you read it, but then you don't reply for like 2 months,
week
or
or
until
two.
I like I send you another message, and then you'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see this, or I did see this, I just forgot to reply."
Yeah, so I've realized I used to get annoyed at other people for like not responding
Oh.
and for, you know, seeing a message, reading it, and not saying anything. And then I realized I am that person, like times 10.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's really interesting though, like how everyone has a different perception on like how you should text and like when you should respond and how fast you should respond. Do you have any thoughts?
I like have a lot of thoughts about it. Like honestly, like I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I think that it's different for different people and different relationships. So if I text my mom and I'm like, "Mom, SOS, I need you to call me right now." Like if she doesn't text back or call me, like I'm gonna be like, what are you doing? My mom. Like, but that's because we live together. That's a different relationship.
Yeah.
But like you are likely live in Bundaberg. I don't expect you to be available to me 24/7. So I think it's dependent on the relationship that you have with the person.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Are we just talking about texting between friends, or?
I guess this sort of topic covers, it's a bit of a broad spectrum, like it's texting between friends, family, others. I like how you said though, it depends on the relationship you have with the person, because like
it definitely does.
yeah, I've got a few friends who we don't text all the time because we're both pretty busy. We don't see each other all the time, but if we can't respond, like, and this is, I only do this with a few people, but like if we can't respond, we will like put a reaction on the message, like a love heart or a thumbs up, and that's just to show. I think a few of these people I do this with, it's like we haven't spoken about it. It's just to show that we've acknowledged it, we've read it, but like we're not able to respond in the moment, and we'll get back to it when we can. But then I've had other people who have gotten super mad about me reading a message and then
Oh my goodness.
not responding to it, and then like the next day I might be on social media and be posting something or updating something, or something might come to my mind, or I might see a story, something that I want to share in my story, and I'll share it, but I still haven't responded to them, and they'll be super mad and salty about it.
Right. Do you think that comes from their like insecurity with their like relationship with you? Like whether they feel valued or unvalued through texting?
Look, I'm not a psychologist. I have no idea.
I don't know. I just find people fascinating because like, or maybe they felt like it was vulnerable text message. I don't know. But
Like,
I honestly think that people like, I like to do this to my friend all the time because she like gets angry at me for not texting back very quickly, which is probably why I have so much grace for other people.
Yeah.
Because I do not text back quick because I work full time, so I can't text while I'm at work, and I don't expect people to text while they're at work.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff is just not on. And so, like, maybe I'll open the text and read it, you know, that notification swipe thing. Like, you open a text and you read it, and then you don't have the notification anymore, so you forget to reply. Like, I use this you're like nodding and smiling. You're like, yeah, this is totally me. You're describing
The amount of
me.
times, like even when I'm driving and a message pops up and I see it, or
Yeah.
I'll have read a few messages but haven't responded to them, and then like I'll be driving or doing something where I can think quite a bit, and I'm crafting out a response to their message in my head, and then like I get to my destination or I get to my next task and I work on that, and I actually think I've responded to it, but I responded in my head. I didn't actually message them.
You say that to me a lot. You're like, I thought I replied to this.
And one thing that I've been thinking about is that, like for me specifically, I have been quite a late texter because, and I don't want to use the excuse that, you know, I'm just busy, because everyone's busy and people make time for what's important to them. But me, how fast I reply to someone's text isn't a recognition of like how important they are or their messages to me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's usually, for me, a reflection of the capacity that I have at the moment. Like there are certain messages that I can, if I can tell they're like urgent, I will do my best to respond straight away, or if they're time sensitive.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's a casual conversation or something else, I don't feel that I need to respond as soon as the message comes through.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I use the analogy for some of my friends that, like, back in the day when, like, social media didn't exist, people were sending letters, and letters were taking like 2 to 3 days, maybe 2 days to arrive at someone's house, and then they'd have to read it, then they would have to write it and reply. And writing a reply during text, like writing it out neatly, like, and then like putting it, like folding it, putting it in an envelope, and then going to where
buying a stamp, or
I don't know. Yeah, putting a stamp on it, all of that sort of stuff. Like, that would not be like a quick reply. Like, it may be if you lived close, you'd be able to get like a letter to someone in 4 days, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But like, it wasn't a quick reply. And I think, I don't know, texting and the quick expectation on texting, it kind of infuriates me when people expect me to be at their fingertips really quickly, because it's like we all live lives and we all have moments where we can text and can't text.
Yeah.
And I think we don't live on an app, social media, so, or in our texting, like, so how can we be readily available for someone? Like, you know? Like,
yeah. And I think, like, in the next episode, we talk a bit more, I have someone come on and we talk a bit more about social media, and we actually bring up pen pals and stuff. But with texting, I think sometimes as well, because we can text so fast and at any time of the day, some of our texts are, this is just my opinion and might not be saying this the best, but are a bit watered down. Like, there are some messages that I think, you know, you can sort of tell if it's really important to that relationship to respond in a moment, or if it's something where, you know, there'll be, if you're really busy, or if you're not able to get to it, or you don't have the capacity, it'll be alright if you wait 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. It's hard when you talk about texting, because it's very dependent on the situation and the person and where you're at. Like, I have not been replying quickly to most people recently, because I just haven't been in the headspace to really deal with people in general. Like, and I value people, I love people, but I want to see them in person. Texting feels like an effort to me right now, and so and usually I'm like texting people back quickly, like sending this, sending that, you know, love heart emojis, heart eyes, whatever. But like,
and I like what you said about value. You want to value people, because I think taking the time as well to respond properly. Like, again, this is different per person, per conversation, per relationship you have with a person. But I think in general, with some messages, like if you're taking the time to respond properly and not just in the moment, that actually shows that you value. I think that shows that you value.
Yeah, and like, what kind of text is it? Is it like a hey, how are you, or is it like a GIF emoji or a meme? Like. But if it's a long, deep message, like, generally I'll, like you said, you know, you heart react, and I'll send, hey, I'm so sorry, I can't reply to this like I'd want to now. I will soon.
Yeah. I think that's a sign as well of like maturity, being able to, if someone sends that to you, being able to like recognize that they're not able to get to it straight away, and just be like, yeah, that's cool, that's all right, you know, I'm not entitled to you.
I don't think people understand that though, that, you know, that we all have our own lives, and that, I don't know, I feel like everyone is their own main character. So then, like, I know this sounds funny, but it's like we feel like the side characters or the other people are supposed to be there for us and should be helping us and should be available to us. But we don't understand that they're also a main character in their own book, so they need to be doing what's their journey, what's there, and they're a side character. So it's like
and their lives are just as intricate and complicated and complex as
ours. So like I think I came to that understanding in like the past like 8 or 9 weeks. And I've sort of just been okay with, you know, sometimes it's okay to not text back or not be available or not be their side character in an effort to make sure my main character is okay. And
I love the way you put that. That's really cool. And there's an Instagram post I saw from a mental health page that I follow, and it said, if a friend hasn't responded to my text, but I see them active on social media, it's probably because they are excuse me, it's probably because they are overtired, overworked, or taking a well-deserved break to scroll. And then it goes on to say, you are not entitled to someone's downtime. True friends understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. And I think for me, the biggest thing with texting, because again, I'm one of the worst at it, is that there's no malicious intention with me when I don't respond to something, and I will usually, I believe 99% of the time, reply when I'm able to, and if I don't, it's probably because I genuinely have forgotten it. And it's not that it's not important, but like you're saying, complex lives.
Yeah. I don't think many people have malicious intent when like we offend people though.
Yeah.
So like, and also like, how would you know I was like needing to text you or offended over text message? Like you said, texting is so watered down. Like we can be having the worst day and someone says, how are you? And you're like, I'm fine. And then you could be reading it and like, I'm fine. Like, you know, like I'm great. Like blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And the other person's like, I'm great. Like, how are you to know over text?
So my for everyone listening, my encouragement is that everyone's lives are complex. I don't think people are genuinely trying to be malicious or trying to, you know, ignore you on purpose when they don't respond in time. It's like, give people some grace. Reach out to them again, but for your real friends,
literally,
give them a phone call. Yeah. Like, go see them.
Text them. I'm on my way to your house. Is that okay? Question mark. If they don't reply, that's fine. Turn up anyway. Don't maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say just rock up.
Only for the friends that like have invited you to do that though. Yeah. Because you know how some friends are like really weird about you showing up at their house. Like I'm weird about people showing up at my house, but I love showing up at other people's houses. But that's because I don't own the house I live in. If it was my house, I'd be fine with that. But yeah, like I think texting is so hard because I think texting is supposed to assist in relationships that you kind of can't be at all the time. Like, so I have a relationship with one of my friends from primary school. She's pretty great. We reconnected recently. And like I'll text her during the week, like once or twice, and then we like see each other generally once every week. And so then like it's like a reminder to some of the conversations we have. Like she's gonna listen to this and know we're talking about her, but it's fine. Like we both really appreciate Tom Holland, the Spider-Man. And so I'll send her a gift to that because we've talked about in person how great Tom Holland is. So like texting really just assists or like is like a I'm thinking of you kind of thing. Like, or this just happened today.
I like
so it's not like actually where your relationship should live. Your relationship should live in person, and texting is just an assistant for that.
And our phones are here for convenience. They're not here to rule our lives.
I think people miss that.
Well, thanks for letting me record this and having a chat about it.
That's okay.
I think I really just did this whole episode to apologize to you and everyone about how bad I am at texting.
It's okay. From everyone, I'm pretty sure I can say we forgive you, Elisha. We understand.
Thank you. And I'm excited to have you on here for a bit of a longer episode sometime in the near future about another pretty exciting topic.
That'd be fun.